What's up, Roland Empire? I'm going to talk to you guys about my top 5 MCU villains. So this is a top 5 combining all the 20 MCU movies, the ones that came out, whatever, from Iron Man to Ant-Man and the Wasp. And just give my thoughts, just brief, a little bit of like what I think about it. This is my list, okay? These are not the definitive ones for everybody else. I know everybody has every different one, but I'd like to talk about a little bit of these guys. They have improvingly become so better now. At least they've been more fleshed out, thankfully. Because to be honest, obviously it's no secret. MCU villains haven't been the greatest. They've been the plot devices. How great is that? Okay, they haven't been something that would drive the character in a way where it's not just the plot. And I wanted to see more of that, and I'm glad now it's being shown more. And here and there are some villains I thought did serve enough of that kind of purpose. But now it's been more seen in the more recent ones. So, let's get on to this list. I'm not going to include Loki. Loki's a different character. He is kind of like an anti-hero. If I did put him on the list, I think he would be now around between 3 and 4, but I'm not going to include him on the list. He's the easy one. He's one of the better ones already. He's been established, and he's on his own department. He's not going to be included in the list. So number 5 is going to be Ego. I really did like Ego. A lot of people, I've seen it very divisive. People liked his villain. They understood what he was kind of going for. And then I'm on that side, and more that just didn't like him, that saw him really as not enough dimensional or just very cartoony, just someone that, you just couldn't take serious. I enjoyed him. I liked how he connects to Star-Lord. I like what he did with Star-Lord's, his family, his relationship with his mother, how it all connects back to his dad. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 is a very underrated movie for me, but I understand the criticisms, but I do enjoy it, and a lot of it is because of Star-Lord and Eagle's relationship. I get that, and if you had a certain relationship, you might understand it more, and, I get that's what drives some people from, hating it to liking it, and then, it's in his name, so I liked, he lives up to the character that he should be. Coming in at number 4 is going to be Zemo. Not a lot of people really cared about Zemo. He would have been brushed to the side. I appreciate him. I saw what he was. I like that he is no take over the world type of villain. He's not that grand. He's just a human. Connects to Age of Ultron, but then you see that, the motives, how he wants to kind of disassemble the Avengers in Civil War. And, surprisingly enough, he does. Without that, we don't get really Infinity War where, they all have to kind of come back as quick as they can. This is the greater threat. So Zemo really laid down the roots. He really was able to, mess with Iron Man and Captain America, the 2 stars of the Avengers. And that shows a lot. And it's still, even if he wasn't in the movie a lot, he was there kind of behind the scenes, just, doing his schemes. And I like that aspect of how he was of a villain. Coming in at number 3 is Vulture. Vulture is just really he is like a TV show, like a Breaking Bad character. I like how he's like that, but brought into the big film scale. And he is a person that just wants to do for a living, just get a good job, have money for his family, do whatever he takes. But there's that extra mile of shade that people would go, and he goes that with the Vulture, and he'll do what he can, but it's for his own good purpose, for his family. And you can kind of relate with it. I don't know if you might agree with it, but you understand it. And I like how he would push Spider-Man's conflicts to show that, when you're growing up as a kid, there's a certain way you grow up viewing the life. But then once you're like Vulture, you kind of get more of a different world aspect. So it's good where he tries to influence Spider-Man, just tries to show him more on that. And, great performance from Michael Keaton. Just overall, really, he complements so much Spider-Man. I'm glad, because Spider-Man has some of the better villains. So coming in at number 2, it's going to be Thanos. A lot of people will like Thanos on the number 1 list. He is great and all. I understand that. Finally, we built up to the villain we wanted ever since they showed him in the Avengers. And people started questioning, maybe he won't pay off for Infinity War. But then there's those villains that were having a good track record. I was like, hopefully Thanos can live up to those now. Boy, he exceeds expectations. He just takes it as his own. The movie Avengers Infinity War is his own movie. Is his own movie. You can relate how he's in this weird cynical way the hero of the movie, but you don't want to root for him because you have vested all this time with the Avengers. He kind of breaks the Guardians apart. He delves into the family relationships that he has in there. He has all these people that that you just understand why they go for him. They're not just all, it's not like all mindless minions. He has a purpose. He is like seen as this father godlike figure, and he has a base of like people that root for him, follow for him, and it shows how much he caused so much for Iron Man and Captain America, especially, in just how how Zemo, now Thanos, picked up the pieces of how they're so disassembled. He takes advantage of that. You know, he strategizes how he gets all the Avengers, depending on Hulk, Thor, Captain America, Iron Man. He gets them, and he's not just trying to hurt people. He's trying to play a chess game, just trying to pawn. If you're in his way, he will take you out. And I like it. Like I said, his reasons, you know, you can agree with him, or you can see them, but you know you don't want to root for him. And he does leave his mark in this universe. He makes a presence, and not a lot of villains do that. And kudos to him for doing that. My number one favorite Marvel MCU villain, you can probably tell depending, is Killmonger, okay? I love Thanos as much, but Killmonger is the one I related to. I like him, how he is a good human. He has, you know, these ideals of how much Wakanda did him wrong, and seeing with his dad, and then trying to get back at them. Trying to get back at his cousin. Trying to say, you know what? I'm half-breed of your guys' people, at least. Let me try to fight for the throne. And, you know, he wants to kind of make the world a better place, just like Thanos, just in his own kind of selfish way. But still, it's all about, he wanted the throne for the sake to kind of like get away from his family, just to kind of stick it to them. But also realizing if he's going to be king, I guess he's going to do matters in his own way. And so much in the Black Panther movie really does dedicate to him too. He has some of the more emotional aspects, like when he talks to his dad. You know, it's some of the better writing, some of the better filmed scenes in the overall MCU, and I admire so much what he goes through, what he is trying to do. He built so much just to get what he wanted, and great performance from Michael B. Jordan. And even though, okay, it's still Black Panther's movie, Killmonger really leaves his print too. He is, you know, one side of the companion to the other one of the hero, and when you can get that kind of be the better part of the movie, once you drive that, once you can give that, you know, balance, that makes the movie even better. And I love that, yeah, Killmonger just, he's not wrong. He states his opinion. You can, yeah, at least relate with him in a certain point of view. So those are my top 5 villains of the MCU, guys. Let me know what you guys thought. Okay, this is all my opinion. So, you know, it changes, it stays the same. So that's it, guys. And as always, Rolling Empire, laugh, smile, repeat.